Hello everyone, my name is BubbleZest and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. In today's video we're playing as Netherlands, attempting to get the achievements, treading the narrow path and Tour de France. Let's begin, shall we, by forming our brand new government. Now of course for our research we can just do the standard electronics and the like to start. We'll eventually grab things like superior firepower, but of course do it as you come to them. Now we'll build more military factories with our civilian factories. Our military factories will put 3 into guns, 1 into artillery, and all future military factories will now go into guns. The dockyards will obviously just build more subs, put them into this fleet here. For our army, we're just going to exercise them until we have 15 experience points, that's what we need. For this actual navy, we're just going to put it all together under one fleet. There we go. Exercise them if you want, I don't see any reason to. Now let's go to speed 5 and begin. There we go, there's our new government. Now let's of course do Gateway to Europe. You know, I think Dirk is probably the worst leader in Hoi 4 in terms of traits. If there's any worse, I'd like to know, like minus 25% surrender limit and minus 10% war support. That's awful. There we go, that's Gateway to Europe. We can't maintain trade neutrality for now, so let's abandon the gold standard. Now, for the Gateway to Europe decisions, we have to do both of them. We need at least 50 points for both Britain and Germany before we can do trade neutrality. How long this will take is semi-random, because we don't know how many decisions the AI will take. As you can see here, before we even did the focus, Germany took 1. So that saves us nothing really, but luckily Britain has done 1, so that does save us at least 10 days. The more they do, the better, and I do hope they do. But make sure you hit the button every 10 days. Can't really afford to miss anything. There we go, we've abandoned gold standard, but unfortunately we don't have enough Gateway to Europe points to maintain neutrality. We'll just have to wait. There's no real negative to waiting, but of course the longer we wait, the longer we can't do the focus. So please Britain, I request that you placate. There we go, we can finally maintain trade neutrality. If any Britain or Germany try to get ahead, make sure you placate the other. As you can see, Britain has done so. We'll get the political power back by doing so it doesn't matter. There we go, we've stood down the straight line. Now it's time for us to do the legacy of the 7 provinces mutiny. Before though, we're going to ban the naughty ideology. Right, we have 15 XP. What we're going to do is go over to the Dutch East Indies, copy the infantry division, give it artillery and support artillery, an 8-1, good division. Now we'll train up 80 of those and we'll see how that ends up for us. Put them on max priority and have them only deploy once. We only need 80, we don't need 600. And also stop exercising the units, of course. Make sure you've grabbed improved machine tools, construction 2 and disperse 2 eventually, because when we do the focus, continue the public works, we'll get a boost for industry and we want to use that on dispersed 3. Immediately after the legacy of the 7 provinces mutiny, we'll hire the communist revolutionary. Now we can't do any of focus down that path, so we're going to continue the public works. We should be able to flip rather quickly. I mean, we're going up 0-2 a day. I think that's pretty good for now. When we can, we will open up political discourse. When you have Indonesian divisions ready, do deploy them and send them to the continental Netherlands. You can deploy them and then of course put them in the fallback line, and then you don't have to deal about them for the moment. And there's the public works. I suggest also you do the mass tunnel first. That increases Holland's infrastructure by 1, which will also give us 1 unit of extra steel. And since we're here, also may as well grab superior firepower. And finally, you may as well hire a military theorist. Now, these events, class conflict divide Netherlands, are good, but they're very random. It means we can flip even quicker. It's not guaranteed when they'll appear, but it is very good if they appear. Now, of course, let's do the Noord-Oostpolder. Now, the Netherlands has just had an election, and now we have good communist support. Obviously, rather reform the revolution. We're also going to discredit our government and then overthrow the government at the same time. There we go. Yet again, we have flipped as soon as we can fairly. Now we're going to justify yet again on Spain for Mercia. It's far away from the front line. Now I don't know what it seems to be, but being communist in the Netherlands does seem to affect how long the Spanish Civil War lasts. Once you've flipped ideology, I heavily suggest that you go to Xinjiang, the Soviet Union, Tanatuva and Mongolia, and ask for military access and non-aggression pacts. That will come in handy later for us. With superior firepower done, we're also going to grab Computer Machine a bit ahead of time, but that's fine, because with Philips, which we'll do eventually, we can get a nice boost for electronics, and the one after Computer Machine gives a +8 research speed boost, so I think it'll be worth for us to do that and then do Philips. With Philips done, we're now going to go down to War on Pacifism. For 30 days until we go to war again, start improving relations with Italy, Germany, Venezuela and Japan for Lend-Lease. Now, we could go down for this protection against Germany, but that would mean Germany would not want to help us in this. That's why we're going to go down protect against Britain, which might change how Britain's AI chooses to defend itself, but I'm hoping it won't be too much of a problem. Right, our justification is ready, so let's immediately use it. Obviously, start getting Lend-Lease from the powers that be. Yep, that's a good start. Now, of course, also, don't forget to get your military access. There you go. And start planning your naval invasion of the United Kingdom. We're going to do 5 naval invasions, hitting the ports of Cardiff and Bristol. The wider the front we hit, the better. We're going to assign 2 units to each naval invasion. That will be a nice wide front, and it means we don't go through the British Channel, which is quite nice. Since we also can do it, send our navy to La Coruña. There you go. And also, with Lend-Lease now coming in, switch around our production to be mostly on artillery. And make sure you buy the relevant materials. Right, we can now demobilise our normal units, but I'll keep them around until we might need them again. We're also going to slowly start assigning units to the naval invasion, just so I don't forget to do so. Look at that, we can get improved community machine in 96 days thanks to Philips. That'll be very useful. If your game had gone the way my game has, you could actually do protect against Germany. Germany's a greater threat. Because Lend-Lease is actually flowing in rather well. But as I said I'd protect against Britain, I will. Now that we have more than 24, I think we should shift around our army again. There we go. Now we'll send these ones to Oviedo, which we will then order them to deploy themselves from there. There we go. And now for the ones in the continental Netherlands, they of course don't need to be there anymore. We will send them all to La Coruña. Petrus will be our field marshal. Let's promote him, give him logistics, whittling and offensive doctrine when you have the command power for it. Wow, that is probably the best Lend-Lease I've seen all day. Look at that. Right, we've unlocked the war on pacifist decisions. What we're going to do is anti-pacifist propaganda. It's the main reason we saved so much political power. Now, of course, like I've been teasing for so long, let's appoint a new Supreme Commander. Now that we also have yet one more 24, we'll send this next sort to the continental Netherlands. Well, this is going out very well. It's taken so long, in fact, we are looking like we're going to be able to get some Hungarian equipment, which is always my favourite sort of equipment to get. There's a point new Supreme Commander, that's very nice, and now we'll expand our R&D facilities. Here is this new Supreme Commander, more of a defensive guy, and that's why Petrus is so much better. Alright, we've expanded our R&D facilities, now we're pretty much out of focuses that are worth doing, but I will make a quick stop to register the new orange. Finally, Franco managed to clean up the Republicans, and that ends our war. Very good. Now, we have a lot more units than I would expect to have in this moment, so what I'm going to do is have, I think 2 armies on Belgium, 2 armies in Spain, i.e. Britain, and then a small contingent for the defense of Suriname and Curacao. So let's get rid of these until we only have 16. There we go, that should show us how much we have, and we're pretty good. Our artillery problem will be over very soon. Now let's try and get some new generals, shall we? Let's see who we can get. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's all pretty good rolls, I'd say. So of course, now let's go and send our actual units all the way to Suriname. We'll send the other 4 to Curacao. There we go. Oh. Be fine there, we don't need to lose the resources unnecessarily, do we? Right, also, we are going to have to, in a few days' time, oh, there goes the end of the Spanish Civil War. And there you go, it's the 20th of January. And now we're going to have to start justifying on British Malaya, so our war goal is ready by the time Danziger War happens, because we need to be in the war pretty much immediately, or Germany will declare war on us. So, justifying British Malaya no later than January 20th, 1939. There we go, red is now the new orange in this country. Now we're not going to do decolonisation, there's actually no reason to. So we're going to further reinforce the ports, do southward defences. If we lose any of our states against Britain, the achievement will be ruined. With the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact done, it's time for us to slightly change around our defence and stuff. So we'll put 12 units on the defence around to Rotterdam, they'll defend the coastline. Right, we're going to give the rest of them that are left behind a simple front line, and when Germany declares war on Belgium, we'll do a front line all the way down to Paris. Right, before our justification is ready, let's hire Conrad as our admiral. Give him Lone Wolf, Smokescreen Specialist, and Silent Hunter. Could come in handy later. Right, that's Danziger War. And now Germany will be doing around Maginot, hire the infantry expert. Now yes, Germany will have a war goal on us, but as long as we join the war before Poland falls, they won't use it on us. Right, our war goal expires tomorrow, and Germany is about to kill Poland, so let's make our move. Strike force, the Navy, declare war on British Malaya, there we go. Unsurprisingly, we don't have naval supremacy, but that's okay. We'll get it sooner or later, and of course we must join the Axis. Italy's now joined the war, which is annoying. If Italy gets Corsica or Savoy runs over, because Italy always manages to annex its things through the Vichy France event, which is most annoyance to me. Come on, just a few more percent. There we go. Time for the invasion. Well, apart from that one interception, looks like we've gotten relatively lucky. We've gotten into Cardiff at least with nothing of matter. So let's summon the rest of this army to Cardiff. There we go, we'll just do a front line around here. Now we need to encircle London to get as much war score as we can via the old cheeky naval invasions and the like. And of course we'll just wait for our organ stuff to build up a little bit, and then we'll go for our battles. Right, by complete mistake I have taken London. Okay, that's an interesting experiment. We'll see how this will affect us. Let's see if we can keep this up and get in war score. I don't even know how it happened. I never ordered my units to take it. Oh, there we go. There's the end. End of the war. Right. We're going to have to focus on Free France for the moment. We'll take all states, but untake Alsace-Lorraine, and then puppet them there. And untake everything else. We are also going to have to ensure our control of Belgium, and now we're also going to work on UK, which will be fine. There we go. Take all states, of course. Untake Pitcairn Island. Puppet them there. And voila. Take what you like in this peace deal. Not too necessary. Now, For us, we are going to focus, of course, on the Suez. That's always useful, no matter who you're playing as. There we go, we've assured control of the Levant. That will have to do. Now we'll pass for the first time. Now for our Free French puppet, we'll give them their cores down here. But now, of course, we're going to have to focus on giving them most of continental France. Focus on places that have releasable tags, such as the Pyrenees Atlantics and Brittany, because the Axis like to puppet things out of them. There we go. Now, do that for Britain as well and you'll be fine. Right, that's the peace deal. Now, of course, the French Commune will annex Vichy France. There we go. Now, annoyingly, we don't have Luxembourg, and Germany still has a war goal, so I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to lose Luxembourg and the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. Focus, we may as well do the Friesland agricultural impetus. Now, we could have done the steel mill, but it's not that necessary. Now, most of the allies are still around. Right, Canada is going to try to save them very well. Looks like we've got to go and kill Canada. And since the rest of the allies are still around, looks like we should also put some units on the South African border and do some slight naval invasions of Australia and New Zealand when we can. So we'll also send half of these guys to the Dutch East Indies. There we go. And we'll send the other half to Tahiti or so, Samoa, and then we'll naval invade. And yes, Germany made a right mess out of the Union of Britain, but nothing we could do about it. Wow, literally everyone wants to save Luxembourg. Since the Union of Britain and Free France is our puppet, we'll use them to get rid of Ireland then. It's not a sentence I ever thought I'd have to say. Ireland is very weak, so we'll just send 24 or whatever units I like. Right, that's landing craft finally researched. Let's plan some naval invasions, shall we? I'm going to hit Halifax with the army that's in St. Pierre, or also known as the one that's probably suffering the most. We've probably tripled or something this town's population. We'll also hit the port here in New Brunswick just to support their attack. Now the other army will head towards Quebec, which would be fine. Right, that's a wide enough front for now. Now let's not forget the units of ours that we're using for naval invasions of Australia. Now we'll do a similar strategy, 2 units each time. But this time we're just going to focus around Darwin. There we go. And finally, of course, New Zealand itself. Going to hit Wellington, Auckland, and hopefully Christchurch. But I think we're going to run out of slots for invasions, but we'll see what we can get. There they go. Let's declare war on Luxembourg. Let's not call Germany in. Let's call in UK though, because we got Ireland as our enemy now. Yep. And now we need to mostly focus on getting Canada. Of course, when we can form the UK of the Netherlands, we shall. Oh, what do you know, we can do it. There we go. Benelux Socialist State. And there goes most of the ex-allies except South Africa. Right, we'll basically just take everything. Funnily enough, because of this, it still means that the Allies still exist. But that's okay, we'll get South Africa. Right, we'll just send most of the units home. Now it's time for us to annex the Dutch East Indies, I do believe. Let's send them almost all of our convoys, 600. Right, time to annex the Dutch East Indies. Very good, very good. Now that we've done that, we're going to stop building in them. We are also now going to start building everything that we can in France. We should hope to annex them soon enough. I used my Zaldazé work bonuses to get construction 5. Now let's go get South Africa. Right, there goes the peace deal, and Italy's totally screwed us. Thank you, Italy, for causing us to not take anything. This is why I usually don't invite you into the faction. Right, for the achievement Tour de France, we are eventually going to need some bicycle divisions. Let's make some bicycle divisions, shall we? Right, let's open Division Designer. They're in infantry divisions, and there you go, bicycle divisions. Let's just get 30 of them, that will do. Right, that's decolonisation done. Sad to see the Dutch East Indies go, but whatever. Now, annexing beforehand gives us something unique. There you go, look at that. We get the Dutch East Indies' unique Field Marshal, who is also a logistics wizard. So of course, going to use him. Of course, we fully decolonised, not lost a state or anything other like. It's not like we still have any colonies around. Nope, we fully decolonised to keep our word. Now, stay in the Axis for now. There's nothing reason why you should leave them. Now watch this. Since we're in a faction with the French, we can do something quite unique. There you go. Join the French. I think most people have never done that. Now we're going to work down for the common good. Alright, time for us to annex French Commune. There they've gone, and that's buggered my army. Why? Right, if you want the achievement Tour de France, just deploy your 30-odd bicycle divisions. There you go, and there you have all of mainland France with some bicycle divisions. And now let's get rid of them immediately, as we don't need them. Right, annoyingly, a lot of my army is fueled by French stuff right about now, so I'm going to have to do a great little reorganisation. You want to know? Been a very slow Barbarossa. Quite surprising, actually. I think with Germany having no distractions, it'd be a lot better. But that is putting too much faith in the Germans, isn't it? Oh well, we'll just reorganise and go again. We'll get them eventually, it'll just be a bit more bloody than usual. What the hell? Where did these guys come from? Then I want to explain what's happened here. A Hellenic Republic came out of nowhere. And there goes the Soviet Union. Nice. I think we're going to need some puppets out of this. And there goes Soviet Union. Welcome to the Axis, Stalin. Oh yeah, I just wanted to puppet Kazakhstan because for some reason they have a unique portrait. Just thought that was cool in a way. Right, it's time for us to annex the United Kingdom again. And that also once again completes the achievement putting the raid on the Medway to shame. As once more, Britain is gone. Let's see how big of a fleet we have then. Well, I would definitely call that a Queen's Fleet, wouldn't you? 6 carriers, 17 battleships, 3 battle cruisers, and 32 heavy cruisers, and 61 light cruisers, 283 destroyers, and 199 subs. And there we go. 1st January 1945, so that means we have completed treading the narrow path, as we have not caved to the Germans, we've continued the Zaldazé works, and we have not lost any of our continental states until 1945. Whew. These achievements are one of the longer ones to do, not the worst ones to do. Be fun. Do like playing the Netherlands, always a good path to do. I did it this way, and I think it was the fun way. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. Leave any suggestions for future ones in the comments below. I'm always open for new ideas. Now, I think I've got a big navy to use against some Japanese. So until next time, everybody, this has been me, Bubble Zest, and goodbye.